Fuck me. We need tongue.
This is the Dude Loft Mountain podcast with your hosts, Gabe, Tanner, and Tommy.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Dude Loft Mountain. I'm your host, Gabe, joined with Tanner.
Howdy.
And Tommy.
I would like to take this moment to just quickly express a truth that I have come upon.
A truth?
Yes.
Okay.
The government doesn't want you to know this. Big Pharma doesn't want you to know this, but they have plans. We have the ability to make it to where our lower parts, specifically our ass, it can be genetically modified to produce prune juice, so we will never be constipated again.
Hey, Gabe, how was your trip?
Halloween?
Go to 911truth.com.
I was gonna say, how was your trip to Florida?
How was your Halloween?
I call it desert power.
Gabe, you were gone for Halloween, and it was terrible.
Yeah, I would have had a blast with your experience on Halloween.
It was weird, man.
Because I love that shit.
So,
I did not have a blast on
no,
Halloween.
well, you were asleep. So it was Halloween night. Maybe
Bullshit.
like 4 people came up to the door, and I gave them candy. And then like 9 o'clock rolls around, and it sounds like someone's doing like a sound check on like concert equipment and stuff. I was like, why is this so fucking loud? And so after like 30 minutes of just weird, really loud noises from speakers and stuff, like heavy death metal music just starts playing throughout the neighborhood, like crazy loud. I'm like kind of concerned. I'm like, I live in the suburbs, you know? Like, why is there this loud music going on?
He got white people scared.
I bought a house in a gated community. What the fuck is this, man? I don't want this.
I pay the HOA.
Way too much, too. It's ridiculous.
At least we know now that we're not the only neighbors that disrupt the
Dude,
Yes.
okay, so that's literally what I told Tanner. I go, well, it's nice to know that we're not the only burnouts in the neighborhood. Like we're not the only like kind of semi-frat house going on.
But so in the backyard too, one of the like houses kind of near our backyard, they were like lighting off fireworks. There was a really like big fire you could almost see going over the wall. And I was like, someone's about to burn down this neighborhood. And I texted Tommy, and I'm like, Tommy, where are you? I'm scared. and Tommy didn't sleep at all the previous night, so he was in bed in his room by like 5 p.m. just passed the fuck out.
I went up there with the plan of taking a quick like 1 or 2 hour nap specifically because I didn't want to miss Halloween, and I didn't set a timer, so I woke up at 11.
Yeah. So
And to a Bugs the text message from Tanner, just like, Tommy, please help me, and I'm like,
I was like, where's your gun? I know you just bought it.
just where do I go?
I was on vacation, so I would periodically check in on the group chat and see like just all these messages missed. And I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Tanner's alone and gonna
You
die.
were gone. Tommy was MIA. There's loud noises coming from
You're
next
like,
door.
the whole reason I needed roommates is so that this would never happen.
I would like. This is all joking or like funny and whatnot, but I was actually a little bit anxious. Like I was not comfortable that night. So, anyways,
it's probably better that I wasn't awake because my plan for Halloween was throwing Ghost on the sound system and just blasting it. So they might have actually been like, "Hey, like come over, be friends with that." Like, wait,
but so
Come to the dock side.
after like an hour,
do crack with us.
after like an hour of this really loud death metal music being played, I went outside to just like step out in the road and see what was going on. And it's coming from our direct next door neighbor. They had their garage door open and they had candles in their driveway leading up to the garage door where the 3 of them were just garage banding it up and doing like some crazy, like really, really hardcore like death metal.
Yeah.
Like you know how death metal screamers, they get like, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
But they had like a crowd of like 20 people in front of the garage.
Yeah, the
watching
video
them
you
play.
sent us, they're just a bunch of little like
sacrifice.
there were a bunch of like suburbanite like misfits, like all just standing in front, like bouncing back and forth.
Well, there was like 3 people that were trying to like mosh a little bit, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna walk in that close. I'll keep my distance and just take video evidence of
mosh
what's
in a
going on.
driveway.
Yeah. But so I walk up, and as I'm walking up, they just wrapped up a song, and they're like transitioning to the next one, and their singer's like, "This next song goes out to our neighbor Tim. Fuck you, Tim," and then just immediately breaks down and just the vocals kick in, and I'm like, "Thank God my name is not Tim."
Well, and then he told me that, and I was like, "Did he mean Tommy?"
Maybe.
Well, because he says Tim, and both of you are T.
I know.
And I was like, maybe he thinks your name is Tim.
So I
He
walk
thinks
up.
for one person, he's like, he just keeps getting fucking white, and then he loses it, and he dies of fucking hair. He's a fucking mess.
So I walk up, and I think I'm getting called out by this death metal band and the three moshers. And so I just kind of like hang back and watch. And I'm looking around, and I think it was like a Halloween party because they had a table set up with like food and drinks on it. But the drinks were like pre-poured.
Sacrifice.
Like there was like 12 cups on the table with like Kool-Aid in it. I'm like, don't drink the Kool-Aid, man. Don't do it.
They make documentaries specifically for that.
Would you like that metal Kool-Aid?
But yeah,
nope, don't. Bye.
The second that house started doing their shit, the trick-or-treaters stopped. So,
Imagine that.
yeah, that makes sense. I stayed inside the rest of the night.
Not that we ever venture out, but I was noticing a lot of our neighbors, very, very small amounts of them are, I would classify as older. And I think that no one really cares about the noise that's happening because all of our windows are obviously like, that's just how houses are built. They're not angled towards each other. So it makes hearing each other very difficult. But also everyone has earphones and headphones and their own sound systems. I don't think people hear each other all that often. So
No, yeah, and
this
these
was
walls
their
are pretty
one,
insulated.
yeah, with bodies. And these people
You monster.
were like, this is our one chance a year that we get to just do this and be okay. Like everything's going to be fine.
Yeah,
I bet you Tim was fucking livid though. Whoever the fuck
yeah.
that is.
Tim
I
was
want to know who.
pissed.
Tim
I wonder
is.
if Tim's the guy across the street who constantly is in his garage with the door open.
Yeah, he's just always watching TV in his garage.
You should have turned around and Tim's just standing there with a NASCAR race on behind him. Like, oh, fucking
I
hate you.
can't hear anything. I was thinking it was the neighbor right to their right.
That's what I was thinking too. But I don't know anybody in this neighborhood. So
Yeah. I've only met a few people.
And I've met all of them too, and they all think I'm Gabe's husband.
It's fucking hilarious because I've never seen these people after they encounter him. So, it's
And like,
just fun.
there's
That's
no good
hilarious.
way of like putting that down. Like they're always like, I think your husband. And it's like, oh no, yeah, that's my roommate. And it's just like,
and they're like, oh,
yeah, no, and they're like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah. I'm like,
And they're just like, no, we accept that. You don't have to say roommate anymore.
no, literally, it's like, but that's the problem.
They're like,
It's
it's okay.
There's
Yeah.
no good way of doing it without also making it seem like you're being like, oh, I'm not gay. Like, who told you I was gay? What
Right.
husband? Like, you know, it's like,
yeah. The second you come off as like defensive, it's not
yeah.
good.
But it just upsets me because it means because these were all women. It means they all look at me and they're like, oh, he's got to be gay because none of us would touch that.
That hurts.
That's not what they think.
That's
but
what they think.
anyway, I went on vacation to visit Adam in Florida, and I had a great time. We dressed up as Greek people, and everyone wanted to take pictures with us and just kept asking us about our costumes. And I'm like, it's a fucking sheet. I pinned a sheet around my body, but it looked really good and surprisingly warming because it was really fucking cold, but I was still kind of warm. Like hot, like where I'm like, let's go over here because I can feel the breeze.
Yeah. Was it like packed where you were? Was it like body heat that was keeping stuff warm?
No, there was it was like very roomy. It was their last night. They were gonna do the fair.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say you're at like was it a state fair for Florida or what was it?
I think it's their county fair. I don't really know. I was looking for signs, but this baffles me. So when you drive into their parking lot, it says park now, pay later. And I was like, okay, cool. When we're leaving, there are two people standing in two different lines collecting money. I hand this woman my card and she goes, oh, we don't accept card. Do you have cash? And I was like, why would you advertise park now, pay later
She's like,
and
you can't leave now.
not accept every single form of payment?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Because
don't know what you're
it doesn't say park
Cash
now,
only.
pay later, cash only. It just says no one's here to collect money, so just park and we'll collect it when you leave.
Idiots, man.
And I'm like, I have $3. And she's like, well, it's only $5, so that works. And I was like, okay,
What the
what if I
fuck?
had $0?
She's like, I'll take it.
I was like, I'm not going to an ATM. I will run you over. This is just some cones in my way.
Was there? It was just. I was like, yeah. I was like, you should have just gunned it.
Yeah, I was like, what is
Now
wrong?
what's gonna happen?
It just didn't make any sense. But she was fine about it. And I was like, I'm sorry, but why don't you want me to Zelle you? I'll Zelle you. Like, how do you not have any other form of payment? But their flea markets, all of them are just like, I have Cash App, Venmo, Zelle. Which one do you want to use? Which one do you have? I'm ready. And I'm like, you're a fucking genius. You are with it.
Good. Genius.
They don't know how to use it, and they ask me for help, but whatever.
Dude, digital forms of payment like are both my favorite thing and terrify me.
Why?
Because I feel like eventually we're gonna get to a point where our entire like it already is halfway there, but like you still have wallets and shit. Eventually we're gonna get to the point where we're not gonna have physical cards. We're gonna be using our phone for everything.
Wait till I tell you about this thing called cryptocurrency.
Dude, I know. But see that shit all scares me because it now makes it where my phone is my most important item in my life right now.
Oh, yeah.
Because like they're already doing it. Like I have an app on my phone that has my ID on it. Arizona has an app where it has like your official ID that you can use for identification.
And let me guess, there are still places in Arizona that are like, oh, I don't know what that is. I can't accept that.
No, according to the website, like restaurants and like D&Vs and like all that stuff, they all should accept it. Now, if you're dealing with someone who doesn't know about it, which most people don't, because I didn't know about it, I came across the app like somehow I think on Reddit. But then they might be like, oh no, we don't do that. Where's your ID?
Yeah.
But eventually everything's going to turn into your digital wallet.
Yeah, and then from there it'll turn into a chip in your arm so that everyone has the mark of the devil.
Yeah, you just scan it.
Yeah.
And it just says, yep, they're in the green.
Yep.
It won't even say like, oh, this is who that person is. It'll just turn green. And like that person's allowed to do whatever they're asking you to do.
But is the devil playing like cool music though?
I don't know, man. I should have stuck around over there longer. I probably would have found out.
Because I'll tell you what, right now, if the end of the world happens and they're like, make your choice, and like heaven opens up and it's like Ariana Grande and like, what's her name? That
Dude,
chick.
Ariana Grande sold her soul to the devil a long, long time ago.
What's that ironic chick? What's her name? Lana Del Rey.
Oh.
Like it's all like that type of music. And then like I'm like, okay, like it's Gap, it's Cole's music, it's what it is.
Lana Del Rey is like this like super slow, saddish sounding music.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alanis Morissette.
Oh,
okay.
Isn't it ironic?
Different.
Yeah, isn't it ironic? Yeah.
Okay.
Different human,
Yeah.
completely
That's funny, 'cause
different
when you said
genre.
ironic, that's where my brain went.
Dude, they all merged together for me. Like all those like late 90s, early 2000s like female like 2 or 3 hit wonders. Like all of them. But anyway, if hell opens up and it's just Ghost playing, right? I'm going to pick hell. They got
I'm
better
not.
music. They got better music.
Okay, music. I'm doing this scale with my
How about
hands
this?
right
How
now.
about this?
Music, eternal punishment. I don't know. I think I'm going to sacrifice the music.
Maybe if you choose it, you don't get the punishment part.
I don't
you
think
just
that's
get
how
to
hell
party.
works, man.
What if there's like a guy in a chair and there's like this way to hell, this way to heaven, and you're just like, okay, which one do you want? I'm like, well, I don't know enough about either of them. Can you explain what side is better? Like, oh, well, this side, you get all the sex you want, but it's only missionary. This side, you get any sex you want in any different position you want with whoever you want. Okay, well, does anyone like? Do you get tortured on that side? I was like, no, you get to cuss, you get to drink, you get to smoke. You just it's fine. Here, do the same thing, just heavenly,
I don't
godly.
know, man. If it sounds too good to be true, it usually is.
This one's hot, this one's cold.
Anyways, I feel like
and-
we can't talk about hell and evil things for the next 2 months because we're now in Christmas season.
Yes, and in it, like at midnight, Mariah Carey herself released videos everywhere.
Yes. So
Of her finally defrosted, full-formed, fully charged. She is ready. Her 60 days of that, honestly, fuel her entire year.
yeah, Michael Bublé.
Yeah, where's Michael Bublé?
He just crawled out of his cave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that meme. Just him just like shuffling out.
It's so funny. But yeah, I hope everyone had a good Halloween. I hope you enjoyed our Halloween podcast. Now it's Christmas time.
My Christ.
And now it's here for the Christmas. And I'm going to be sending you pictures of like, do you want this tree? Do you want this tree? Do you want this tree? I can get this tree.
Tommy basically already gave himself Christmas after the Halloween episode. Mans went in on the outdoor equipment.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You couldn't have waited and just, I'm going to wrap this and just be like, I have something to open on Christmas.
I don't. No. Because it's like prime hiking and camping season right now.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, true.
And you're hooked up now. After our Sasquatch escapade, you bought everything you could ever need.
Yeah.
Absolutely
You're good to go.
anything. Yeah.
It's all gonna fall apart the first night I use it.
That's okay. The first night's always a disaster. You got to break it in.
Yep.
actually, it's going to be that way for a while. You're just getting better and better. I'm like, okay, so next time I'll do this.
The only part I'm worried about is the tent.
Yeah.
Because it was a cheaper tent and it had a lot of good reviews, but it's like a no-name brand tent. So
Is it like a small tent, like 1 or 2 person?
Mm-hmm.
Did you
Kinda
open it?
backpacking tent?
Did you open it and set it up already?
No.
Once?
not yet.
Take a
You
pocket
should
knife
do it
whenever you go.
in the lawn and sleep there tonight.
I don't
you,
recommend
man.
it.
Just test it out.
Fuck you. I should have bought a gypsy tent. Damn it.
Damn.
Anyway,
Yeah.
but
That'd be a bitch to put together.
that fucking bedroll I have in there too is pretty sweet. It's got like a foot pump in it, and whenever you pump it up, it pumps up these little like air bubbles on the sleeping roll and like a little pillow and everything.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and
so
so
you don't even have to bring a pillow. It's just part of it.
Yeah,
Huh. Does it also pump
Very
up the jam?
efficient. Oh my god.
pump up the jams, pump it up, get your body pumping.
You can't sing that. We're gonna get copyrighted.
I'm so good.
You sound just like
I debated on playing All I Want for Christmas or whatever the hell her song is called. What is it?
I think
All
yeah,
I want for Christmas is the juice.
is here.
Okay. I just had to make sure. I really am not a big fan of Christmas. I'm trying really hard to not be such a Grinch this year.
I'm a pretty big Christmas fan. Not as much as some of my friends that I know, Andrew. But
Tommy fucking loves Christmas.
I do.
good. We're you and me, Tommy.
You're gonna hate us this Christmas.
We're gonna make the Grinches hard.
Well-
Whatever it does in the
Yeah.
movie, we're gonna make it warm or big.
Bro,
I don't
we
know.
gotta
how it
sing
works.
around.
Warm or big?
I don't know the movie.
Jesus Christ, Tanner. It's not even an old movie. You need to watch these things.
Pre 2012, not interested.
It's just, an archive.
Yeah.
Tanner's just like, anything.
Yeah,
anything.
when the Mayan calendar reset, Tanner went, nothing matters now. Before
No, we're
2012.
all in a this is a simulation.
Oh, 100%.
The world ended
100%.
years ago.
Oh, so Adam had this. So
Harambe was the start.
we took this trip into. So their versions of hikes are just boardwalks over their water.
In Florida?
Yeah.
Okay. I was
Um,
like, what are you talking
so I'm
about?
just going down this like wood bridge this
It's called
entire
a
time.
pier.
No. They're not at the ocean. These are like in the swamps, and like
Oh.
their version of trails is a little bit of walking through the dirt and trees, and then you get to bridges, and the bridges connect to all
Oh.
these different places, and that's your
That's kind of neat.
walking in the. Yeah, it's really cool. So in the water, he's like, so he like took forever to show me this thing, and we thought it was just part of like an old web, like just one single strand in the water. That just made it look like a video game when you get too close to the edge of the map and it kind of breaks a little bit. It does the exact same thing. And he's like, whenever I see that, I feel like that's just proof that we've gotten too far. It's loading. The simulation's fucking up. And I'm like, well, don't fucking say it out loud. We're too close to the government base. We're going to die. But I saw it and I was like, that's kind of weird. It does look exactly like that, like the weird straight, but like the image is slightly off.
Yeah. I remember in like elementary school or middle school, the first time I ever saw a projector, I was like, what if we're all like this is kid me thinking this up. And I'm like,
Oh, this is gonna
what
be
if
good.
what if we're getting like matrixed, and we're all just in some confined area and everything around us is a projector and there's some kind of technology that makes us feel things and the projectors make us see things and everything's fake. This is like child me, like 7 years old, thinking about this. I came across on Reddit a couple weeks ago that is an actual conspiracy theory. That some people believe that's a thing.
It's not even necessarily conspiracy theory. There's like actual like academia philosophical like papers about it.
That's crazy.
About simulation theory and what's the other big
But see,
one?
here's the thing.
Oh,
If
the one-
7-year-old Tanner can come up with this fantasy idea, you're a dumbass. Like, no.
One man's
Not
trash
necessarily.
is another man's trash.
I don't know, man.
Kids are right about some things sometimes because they're able to look at it from a different point of view.
That's true, yeah.
But-
When a kid calls you fat, it's
true.
a fact.
Oh, well, yeah.
Simulation theory always reminds me of that other one that I thought of it as a kid, like as a younger kid, but I immediately found out soon after that it was a thing because I like asked someone to look it up for me. The idea of us being a cell network in a larger body,
Oh, yeah.
in a larger organism.
And I think that thought is really, really cool. And as you get deeper into Dune and you read more about how the whole planet is one life form and everything plays like a part, it's like very similar. Like, yeah, we have cells in our body. We're a cell on the planet. The planet is a cell in something larger.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck knows how big it gets?
Yeah. Honestly, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did that in like the first Men in Black. Shut up, Tanner. And like other movies, they do that where it's like they open something and
do you
it
not
just
like black people or something? I'm confused.
no.
Okay,
It's
let's not put that out there.
I'm just kidding.
I am too pale for that.
Yeah.
No, it's just an older movie.
I've seen it.
Really?
Yes.
But you haven't seen The Grinch?
I've seen The Grinch too. I just don't remember what happens.
There is
to his
no
heart.
Grinch 2.
Yes, fuck yeah. God damn it.
Oh, we're stupid.
That might be one of our best jokes, actually. I like that a lot.
Unfortunately.
There he is. No,
He was so strong about it, too.
you like I dishonored his ancestors. What the fuck were we talking about? Oh, where there's like, we are just like in a thing's eyeball. Our universe is just like someone's marble. Those types of things.
Yeah.
It's in several other movies, but that's the only one I can think of where
Yes.
like it's a huge scale.
Yeah.
And that's honestly what I think is happening. We're just different atoms.
What if
Molecules?
so you know how we have I never know how to say this fucking word. I always forget how to pronounce it. Cannabinoid, I believe. Cannabinoid receptors in our body. That's the
No idea.
That's the like receptor that when THC hits it, it like activates the high. Basically, it's
see.
like, oh, we've got stuff going on. What if stoners are just cannabinoid receptors
For the planet?
of a larger cell system? Like, yeah, it's just their feel good cells. Like,
Yeah. And so that's because of those connections that you can literally just spend a lifetime making. That's it. It makes sense to me.
Yeah.
oh man, I bet you every time a state legalizes it, the Earth is just like, like this is so good.
Those kinds of thoughts to me are really, really cool because like scientifically, that's something you can't disprove. So we're like, it will forever continue to be a possibility.
That's why it's called simulation theory.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
That's why. So our Earth has people on it, and we are definitely a cancer to the Earth. No other planet around us has life that we know of on it. So those are all the healthy cells in this larger body, and we are a growing cancer in this this thing.
Oh yeah, maybe we're a cancer.
Yeah,
and we're not part of
we're just
the life.
We're fucking
thing.
killing this cell that it
then
needs.
I'm dope cancer. Fuck you guys, dude. I'm the dopest cancer. I'm good cancer.
Is there such a thing as good cancer?
Sure, there is now. Fuck you. I'm not
No,
cancer.
they're just they're
I
treating
recycle.
they're treating it like you said. They're treating it as stoners of the earth are the cannabinoid whatever receptors. That's what they're treating us as a
Good
cancer.
job.
in.
I thought you were gonna Greblem that. You did great.
He was close, yeah.
Yeah, because that word fucks me up like on a daily
Oh,
basis.
I said it correct.
Yeah,
Words are
cannabinoid.
hard.
I believe it's cannabinoid.
Look, I cured dyslexia.
Amazing.
I did it.
You're not reading or writing though.
Fuck off.
Okay.
Stop taking away my victories.
I'm sorry. I just just trying to keep you grounded is all.
He's grounded.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh no. How
You
long?
left me alone on Halloween.
Halloween.
So did I. Am I grounded?
I mean, you were here at least. I could have came upstairs and woke you up
Cuddled.
if I needed to.
Oh.
Yeah.
We were going somewhere else.
Yeah.
Dude, you would have panicked me because you would have like getting shirt on, like opening
You'd
door.
just be like, I didn't hear the gate.
Yeah, opening door.
they made it over the gate.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. No. Yeah, you're lucky you didn't get met with a gun or something.
Tanner just, and then, bah, bah, bah. Just, what the fuck, Tommy? You gotta ask before you start shooting holes.
I was, hey man, go away.
I was napping.
But if I had heard death metal, I'd be like, who's bombing? Like, who's bombing? No, the North Korea chose Halloween. I knew it.
Oh my god, I learned a lot about our Navy while I was there because Adam. Sorry,
I'm sorry. That was
That's- I know it doesn't make any sense
transition.
to anyone else. But my segue
What about
is.
our old Navy?
Did I say New Navy? I don't
it was
think
a joke
I did.
about the store.
It was
Old
a bad
Navy.
one. Just
Oh,
continue. Gabe.
okay.
Wow. Okay. Let's talk about the word bad now. Hurtful it can be, Tanner.
what the fuck were we just? Oh, you're saying who's bombing us? And I learned
You
a
said
lot
the Navy,
about
yeah.
the Navy because Adam is in the Navy, and
He's a sailor.
he is.
Yeah.
Their rankings, like how adult grown men. So like we are all adults, and obviously we make jokes about us being children, but we can all put our adult pants on
2 legs at a time, baby.
at some point and be adults. And our entire military system are children.
Yeah,
They're just children.
everyone that like gets into the armed forces are younger than us.
Yeah. They're okay. So because they're all children and they just grow up with the other children, even the adults are this way. And so Adam explained to me that pretty much the military for all countries is just the Navy. It's just the Navy. And I was like, but we have other branches. Correct. The Air Force works off of the Navy. The
In
Army
most cases, yeah.
works off
We
of...
have Air Force bases like throughout the world, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So not to... Yeah, they definitely... Everyone deserves more credit, blah, blah, blah. Like all the thanks and love. But...
Especially the Coast Guard. You guys are great.
They are.
Yeah.
And
Go watch The Guardian. It's a
Yeah.
great movie.
They need the most encouragement, those little guys.
those little guys.
Man, they'll snipe pirates, motherfucker. You gotta watch out for them.
But so he's just explaining like they're all kind like as we all see it in the military. That's just what it is. It's all the Navy. Sure, people from the Air Force will be like, "Nuh-uh," because and people from the Army, "Nuh-uh," because and they're like, "We don't give a shit. We are just a Navy."
Yeah.
And there are, names for other things.
Which makes sense because most of the world is ocean.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And I was like, holy shit, I didn't think of it that way. And then he's like, and the Marines are probably his favorite to shit on because...
They're everyone's favorite to shit on.
Why? I thought Marines were dope.
So this is how
How many Marines do you know?
None. I don't know
Exactly.
any
That
Marines.
exactly.
So this is how
That's
he
why
explained...
you still think that.
This is how he explained it. He's like...
I mean, like SEAL Team 6, they were like Marines, right?
That's the Navy. Navy SEALs?
Oh, well, I thought the Marines were like the hardcore, like...
I will
right?
explain.
Okay, continue. Yeah.
Be patient.
I don't know enough about Army shit.
Neither did I.
The propaganda's worked.
But he explained it all to me. And he said, basically, if you want to just be extreme, if you're just a gifted person and smart, Air Force. If you are smart, but don't want to apply yourself all that much to the smart part of yourself, but you are physically capable, Navy. If you have less smarts, Army. If you have
That's what I was gonna join.
absolutely no thought for yourself and you have anger issues and are just really aggressive, Marines.
He who must not be named. What branch was he in?
Army.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because relatively smart.
Because he fits that
also,
last one very well.
Yeah, no, the
Relatively smart, though. Yeah. That's
out
the
of
caveat.
all the Marines I know, typically as Marines get older, there's a 50-50 split. They either mature or they don't.
Yeah.
I met a lot of really big douchebag Marine older dudes, but I've also met a lot of older Marine guys who are super cool. But all the shitty people I knew in high school, like all the fucking like meatheads and the fucking just like the people who seemed like they were just gonna be burnouts and stuff like that, they all joined the Marines.
See, it sounds like you meant to say the people who are fucking dope.
No.
So let's go
You
over.
would have
let's
hated
just-
these people.
Oh, I'm sure I would have. But in terms of military and the things that they accomplished, like the Marines, like seem really awesome.
So then he explained their pay. So Air Force gets the most funding because they're the Air Force. They have the most equipment. They use the most they spend the most. The Navy is next. The Marines is after that only because their life expectancy is so much
Very
shorter.
small. Yeah, I figured.
And then what's left gets split. A higher chunk goes to the Army, and whatever's left of that goes to the National Guard.
So
Coast Guard. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, I knew.
The National Guard's part of the Army.
Oh, okay.
It's
They're like
basically
they're like a
it's-
reserve function essentially, right?
There's Army reserves too, but National
but
Guard.
National Guard's like within the country, right?
Yeah, so the military can't operate on U.S. soil unless unless we're attacked.
That's like a constitutional thing.
Yeah, and it's basically so like when Trump tried to send the military into wherever George Floyd got shot.
All the riots and stuff.
Yeah, when he tried to send in military,
It's the National Guard.
yeah, everyone was like, no.
Yeah.
Like the National Guard's there. That's all they need.
Yeah.
And the National Guard guys get a lot of shit because they're like the guys that stay home, but they do get deployed. Like National Guard guys do get deployed, and they are typically pretty good at their function whenever they're on duty.
Yeah, I've worked with a couple of people that do like career / National Guard stuff, and
Yeah.
they're pretty badass.
Yeah, it's a pretty sweet deal. You just go in, I think, once or twice a month. You go in and do like PT for a weekend, and
Something like that. And,
that's like your reserve
sometimes
shit.
you'll get stationed for like 2 weeks, and you have to get that off of work and whatnot.
Yeah.
And work can't really say no because you're National Guard.
Yeah.
Sounds like
They
a pretty sweet
100% can't say no.
deal. Oh,
That
they can?
was-
Can't.
Well, maybe.
Can't.
Can't.
They
That's what
cannot,
I thought.
like-
When
Yeah.
I first wanted to join the military as a kid, National Guard is what I chose. Like, cause I was like, I was like that'd be cool. Like, be like here if something ever popped off, and like I would still get deployed if something happened. So like it's still
you
be able-
can. Yeah.
yeah. But no, but the what was I going to say earlier about the Army? Because you're talking about Marines. So Marines are commonly, because of propaganda, are commonly shown as like the saviors of America who are like, constantly on the front lines, and like they're like the Marines commercials make you think that the Marines are all we got.
Badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
They got some good
Yeah.
advertisements.
Do you know who the first people are into a war zone?
I would assume the Army.
It's the Army Rangers.
Yeah.
It's what I wanted.
Oh
to,
yeah, that makes sense. Rangers go hard.
yeah, that's what I wanted to be when I
Rangers go real
I
hard.
wanted to join the military.
Yeah.
I was going to try to go be a Ranger, and and then I got really fat after that. Whenever I just didn't go. What could have been, but no,
You can still. It's not too late.
it's not too late.
Yeah.
But
Okay, real quick, sorry.
uh-huh.
So two things. One, I texted Adam to make sure that what I'm about, like all the things that I had know very little of our military system. So I was like, hey, so can I talk about this on the podcast, or is this something you're not supposed to tell me?
It's all NDA.
And he put, you can, but it's boring because he lives it. So of course he thinks it's
To
boring.
him, it's boring.
And he says, and you're probably wrong.
Fair
And
enough.
I said, okay, thanks, asshole.
fair enough.
The second thing is, which he's right. Like, I'm probably fucked up.
Oh
when
yeah,
he
we're
told
all
me.
talking out of our ass right now.
Yeah, we're not in the military. We're schlubs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
I'll
you,
learn
military,
more, and
for
I'll correct
making me not have to know this stuff.
Correct.
Yeah.
The second thing is, and
For all
like,
the oil.
that's
Yay.
just like,
Yay.
what was the other thing? You just said about the Rangers. What could have been?
the age. It's not too late.
Oh yes, it's not too late. He said you can technically join until 36. Oh, that's what he meant about you're probably wrong. I don't remember if it's 36 or not, but it's
yeah.
30. I think it's 36, which I thought it was 25.
I
which
bet
it's coming
that's-
up soon, Tanner. If you want,
I'm not joining. I
don't think it's 25.
I have a very promising career. I'm okay.
I used to
Okay.
think it was like 28. It was like stretching it, but I might be thinking of pilots, like the higher age.
Oh
that
yeah,
you can become a
specific
pilot.
jobs, but you can
Yeah.
technically join. The
Yeah.
jobs might not be available to you if you wanted, like not all of
Well,
them.
you would just be an NCO.
I mean,
You would be a higher ranked person right out
Yeah.
the gate,
Yeah.
probably.
which they also get shit on. He
Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
Oh, the like NCO and the I don't know, kind of like the officer programs, like those kids that have like a college education and then go into the
Yeah.
armed forces and they don't see action, they just do kind of the management stuff. Super high ranking people, but yeah, I assume they get shit on.
They get shit on
Yeah.
hard.
So-
People do not like NCOs.
I
Yeah.
would like to say that, like, I don't believe these things. Like, to me, you all die. I'm so sorry. Thank you. But it's just funny to me that within their own groups, they all take turns shitting on each other
yeah.
about, like, just everything, just what
Well-
they're known for. And it just is hilarious because these people are official, suit wearing, badge wearing, fight for your country government entities. And they're all children.
Yeah. It's because they're stupid. They can still be brainwashed, and I don't mean that in a bad way. But anyone who doesn't understand that basic training is brainwashing to an extent. Like that's what they're doing. They're stripping away your individuality as best they can and making you part of a unit. But the what were you saying? What were you saying about government?
I think I know.
Oh, they all shit on each other.
Yeah. All the branches.
Yeah, think about it this way. At all of our jobs, we only find ways to shit on other departments. That's all they got.
You're correct.
That's all they got.
Because I hate QA on every company except for one. And it's because I knew her and she did it on everything correct.
Yeah, and imagine it's that kind of thing where you're cordial with these people. You might even like a few of them, but they probably piss you off because of their procedures or something like that, or the way they put things and the way you've been trained things that are different from what they've been trained. So whenever you're all together, you make fucking cracks and jokes about them. But Tanner, to continue real quick with the Ranger thing, Rangers, they start invasions. They take over airports.
That's boat.
Yeah,
That's dope.
They're called Airborne Rangers.
No. It's boat.
It's boat.
It's
I
boat.
was thinking the name.
They're called
boat.
Airborne Rangers because they jump out of planes and take over airports. And then above them is the Special Forces, which is like the OG Special Forces. Like it's just called the Special Forces, and they're the Green Berets.
Yeah.
And then above that is Delta Squad, which is like the U.S. is like, it's like their like SEAL Team 6 times like 10. It's like if the president were ever to be in a situation of the White House, like a hostage situation, Delta Squad would be present.
That's badass.
Yeah. They're they're not allowed to wear, they're encouraged not to wear uniforms. They're not allowed to wear any name tags or badges showing their rank or anything when
Like
they're in
nothing
uniform.
identifiable.
Nope.
Yeah.
They are, but Black Hawk Down, that's all about Delta Squad and Green Berets and Rangers. It's all those guys.
I haven't watched that movie in a really long time.
I haven't watched it at all.
But Marines are typically deployed as like, go on, go kill, like go be, go be war.
So this was my comparison that I made, and although Adam was like, "That's a little, I don't know, gaslighty for you to say it that way," but sure, kinda, yeah. And I was like, so the Marines are our version of suicide bombers. Someone who will just walk into bullets because they don't have a way to think themselves, is what you're saying. Like, again, I am very grateful that I don't have to do any of this. But as far as departments seeing like how worthy of each other are, that's what it is. And he's like, that's awful, but kind of, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
They're just the people who we train to just go into a death pit.
They just go fuck shit up.
And
yeah,
you
Marines
know,
are definitely
it's just brutal force. And that's why they're the few, the proud, the Marine. Like there's few of them because they just run into bullets. And
Yikes.
which is like, you would like, obviously we're civilians. We respect them greatly. But it's hilarious to me that adults who like, people are dying, and these other adults in these same costumes, uniforms, will just be like, yeah, but they also eat crayons, so we don't really give a shit. And it's just fucking hilarious because people who are like more adult and official than me are saying it. It's hilarious. Hilarious. Children, all of them.
Marines get shit on really hard because they are like, I mean, anyone who knows a Marine, like there's like a good 75% chance that people listening to this know one Marine in their life, and they're like, oh yeah, I fucking hate that guy.
Yeah, I don't know any of them, man. I think the Marines are badass. So
I know of like a few Marines that were like cool guys, like just cool dudes, because the Marines do have that, but they attract like anytime like.
But as a stereotype.
Like a meathead small town kid.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the guy who was lifting in, 10th grade kind of shit. Anytime he wants to join
their growth.
Yeah, anytime he wants to join the military, he's joining the Marines.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
I think one of my old friends from high school became a Marine, and he's like a fucking
listener. Because sorry,
sorry, not sorry.
I don't know. I haven't spoken to him in a long time. Well, since high school, when I moved. But
are you listening?
He's super kind. Super kind. I don't think he's like a bad Marine at all. I mean, I honestly don't remember if he's a Marine. He's definitely enlisted in some way.
Nice, good cover.
Yeah.
But
no, they all got their jokes. Like the Air Force is called the Chair Force.
Yeah. He says that they're basically just
Yeah.
The big joke about the Navy is everyone's gay.
Everyone's gay. Yeah.
they're
The Army is everyone's a rapist because they have so many
Oh.
sexual assaults.
Yikes.
Yeah, the Army doesn't have a lot of good stories about it.
there's a lot of domestic issues. But yeah, and it's like famous. Like these things are just famous about the different.
I mean, the other branches
branches.
have it too, but the Army, like, they handle it pretty poorly whenever it goes down. So it's not great.
And those are just awful things to be known for. I mean, if you're going to be out of any of them, I would pick either the Navy or the Chair Force.
I always-
because-
I'd pick Chair Force. Yeah.
I always think though about the, like, you know, you read history books. It's all about, you know, you read about events like when Japan invaded China, and it's like the China Siamese Japanese War, whatever the hell it was called. I don't remember. It was right before World War II, and there was an event called the Rape of Nanking, where it was like I think it was just like a 3-day pillage of just like brutalness, and like all like the Japanese officers made these people do awful, horrible, like diabolical shit to each other. And I read shit about that, and I'm like, I've never read a story about like that about American soldiers, and we're the victor, so we're writing the history books.
We cover it up pretty well, man.
Yeah, and so I'm like, how many of these? Because like once again, the battle or the Battle of Berlin, the ending of World War II. The Russians, very well known, they pillaged the fuck out of Berlin and raped to their heart's content and stuff like that. What the fuck do we do? Like, I have a hard time believing that every one of our soldiers went into battle like we are truth, like we are honor, like we are like honesty, and weren't just there to pillage and fucking rape and murder and shit.
No, it's not like a crusade, you know, that's
Yeah.
fueled by morals. It's these people have bloodlust and other lust.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. And so this rule obviously makes complete sense. You're not allowed to fuck. No one's allowed to be fucking on base.
You know that's a lie, though.
So, well,
It's like
you're not allowed to.
It's like the
is
Olympic
point.
camps, you know.
Yeah.
Everyone want to be fucking.
Well, but you're allowed to in the Olympic camps. They just ask, don't get jizz everywhere. Just please, you know, keep it here so that we can at least wash
They
it.
buy them condoms. They had to buy like
Yeah.
millions of condoms last time.
Yeah, they just asked, be decent about it.
You get everyone into a group in
'Cause you're-
physical form and expect them not to fuck each other like,
Because you're adults. Like, you're adults. Like,
with peepees.
who's going to tell you what you can
Very
and
smart.
can't do? Like, we're all equal humans. Like, fuck off. Don't tell me what to do. But in the military, you can't do that. You're not allowed at all. And I'm like, that's fucking dumb. But it makes sense the way he explained it because, one, pregnancies. And two, it is sexual. You are all roommates. It is sexual assault if someone walks in on you and feels uncomfortable.
No, yeah, that is true.
Interesting.
So you are not allowed. And I was like,
Hear that, Tommy?
so what do they expect?
Can't keep walking in on me.
Because
I was like, fucking
just
don't
do-
walk in on me then, bitch.
and then I think I offended him a little bit because I was like, but we're adults. There's a sock rule. And he's like, this is not a fucking college. We're not just allowed to rape each other and do drugs. We are still in the Navy. Although they're all fucking idiots, we're still in the Navy. And we're not just going to be putting socks on people's doors and, you know, telling each other what we can't. Like, that's not a thing. You have free time. You can pay to make it happen at another location. Hotel, Airbnb, whatever. You're adults. You can pay for it.
Yeah,
you can't do it on
You're
base.
at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure
true.
it still happens. But yeah, no, it
100% happens.
Yeah.
That's one of
There's
the
no way it doesn't.
when I was looking at joining the army, that was one of the things I kept like stumbling upon was people talking about all the times they would like be walking like down stairwells and just walk into people fucking in the stairwell because that was just where they could find to be alone. Like,
Ugh.
yeah.
yeah. All their stairwells are very clean.
Yeah.
I got
Probably
to-
because so many people fucking them.
Yeah. Clean these.
What?
What?
Jesus. Just wax on, wax off, wax on.
No,
wax off.
my stairs are sterile. It's fine.
Oh, they can't have kids?
Oh no.
Oh, no. Are you okay, stairs?
Tommy unlocked the new superpower. He's able to immediately take it a different context.
Oh no, who'd I get pregnant? Oh no.
Well, you and Tanner were here alone all weekend. It could have been.
Did you
No,
fuck me,
Tommy
Tanner?
missed all the honeys that came up to the door and asked for candy. He was asleep.
The kids?
It was a joke.
I was like,
I thought you meant the moms.
No, there was. Okay, speaking of moms,
Uh-oh.
Oh.
why do they also ask for candy?
What?
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Yes.
Fuck off, bitch.
So
No.
four families, groups of people came and knocked on the door for Halloween.
Uh-huh.
3 of them were like younger kids with parents, and I gave candy to the kids.
Mm-hmm.
The fourth one was like a group of like teenagers, so they weren't accompanied by parents or whatever. But the 3 families with younger kids, guess how many of the 3 families' parents asked for candy?
All
All
three.
of them.
2 of them.
Okay.
So close. But what?
Were they young?
What do you mean? Like the parents?
Yeah.
No, they were in like their late 30s, early 40s, like parent age.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's not like, it's not like they were teen moms.
Yeah.
They were
It's just-
old.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you just look someone in the face and just go, no, and then close the door? Like, get the fuck off my
I
driveway.
was like, okay.
You fucking
and I
bum.
just-
Why? Were they in
Like,
costume?
I'm younger than you. Like,
one of the parents, a couple of parents were in costumes, and then the other 2 parents were not.
Were there babies and strollers, maybe?
No, these were toddlers or older than toddlers.
No, but I'm
like,
saying, like,
they could walk.
Were they
No.
walking up for a child?
No. Everyone
Man.
was able to grab candy
I can't
for
think of any
themselves.
other reasonable explanation. So that just sometimes I get hope in humanity, and then it runs a couple days, and then someone has a fact that happened, and I just lose it more and more.
Yeah. And as I've had like work meetings this week,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm so glad it's almost over. But as I've had work meetings this week, I've heard more and more people be like, "Oh, how was your Halloween?" And I've heard like twice now, someone's like, "Oh, it was good," except all these parents kept asking for candy. I was like, "Me too. What is going on?"
what the fuck? No, dude,
But why are
that's
they-
like a no, go away.
It's
like,
weird.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm definitely for people being like, when is too old to trick or treat, and the people
Over
who
the
say,
age of 18, 17 maybe.
17 is your last hurrah.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's the last time anyone's ready to deal with your bullshit and willing to do.
Yep.
Yeah, I will accept.
And even then, if you're trick or treating at the age of 17, you're doing it ironically. Like you don't give a shit about the candy or the costume.
Yeah, and honestly, if you're like actually legit trick or treating, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
it's
you might hit a couple houses, but fuck.
you have your siblings. You're taking
you're
them
running
with
around
you,
with your buds,
Yeah.
or you're going with your friends.
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it
if it's on Saturday, it's your boys.
if you have kids,
It's true.
It's damn true.
look, I know that I'm really hard on people who have children, but like, you have the same. Ooh,
The
holy
same?
fuck! You have the same or equal to the education I had, and I don't have kids, so I don't feel all that bad. But as soon as you have a kid, I feel like you need to have a long look in the mirror and talk and like, all right, my life is over. I
100%.
now am only here to make this living creature have the best type of life that I can produce.
Yep. And then when they're gone,
My life
you
is
retire and
just
have as much fun as you want.
exactly.
It's just you buy
That's
you
all.
buy a
That's,
vacuum.
that's what it is. Like that's the consequence of your action, and you're like that's just it. Like we're all adults. How the fuck?
God, 18 years is such a long
How
time.
the fuck? And that
Can't
doesn't
we-
end. It doesn't end.
Can't we cut that in half? Like somehow, like 9 years. That's fine. That's a little better.
Like before they develop a personality.
I wish we just had eggs
Yeah.
and just can put them in a microwave for
See,
a while.
this is why adoption's dope.
Because you can purchase them.
Dude,
at any-
honestly, stop fucking and go adopt a goddamn kid.
100%.
Like
We should
Jesus
make that
Christ. these people-
Overpopulation is going to be a problem within the next decade.
These people that are pumping out like fucking 6 kids, fucking either
Yeah,
stop being
that's
Mormon or put your
nuts.
dick back in your pants.
For reals. Kids aren't fun. Like, why are you
Fucking-
doing it?
It's buy a vacuum, stick it up there, funk every single one. That's all you have to do.
Is that how abortions work?
Yep.
Hold.
Well, they
Because-
put a little like mix a stick in there and
Oh, Jesus.
and then they.
I think you're limited on how many you can get. I think it's damaging. So maybe don't do it
Well-
until you
Oh,
hurt
for
yourself.
abortions?
Yeah.
Oh,
fuck.
yeah.
Okay, you've got
But
rubbers,
you have
you've got
condoms, birth control.
Plan B.
Yeah.
You have birth control for both male and female. vasectomies are reversible completely, and a week can be done in a weekend.
Birth control should be free.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Also, did I send you guys the
I'm running for
guys
president.
the guys watch reading the list of birth control?
Yeah, you didn't send it to me, but I came across it,
Yeah, I didn't see that.
and it's two guys that they're like reading this long list.
Like
One guy's holding it
tight
up like a scroll,
Bible writing.
a long list of like side effects from birth control, and they're reading it. And one guy's like, "Wait, yours is different from mine," and they're like, "It's not the
They're
same
like,
one.
it's not the same. There's not the same. And no, because there's different kinds.
There's
And
so much.
Yeah,
it's
no,
awful.
Do you
Do you know what the side effects for the male one is?
What is it?
Extremely less of a list.
Wait, what's male birth control?
You can
Well, okay. Let's
take a thingy, and it helps.
Take a thingy?
Yeah, like a pill.
It's not.
That's a thing?
It's not as effective.
So
Yeah.
it's not nearly as effective.
okay.
as
So
you
it's in the
think.
beginning stages
Yeah,
because
yeah.
men are babies.
But you got to remember, birth control is stopping a woman's like largest bodily function.
It's tricking the egg into thinking.
Yeah.
It was
So the fact that there's more side effects makes sense because
Oh,
you're
yeah.
literally stopping the function of a body, like a large function of it. But
Yeah.
the like birth control, no shit, is literally I've now known 5 girls who were on birth control, and like I've talked about it with them.
Mhm.
They all, including some of my ex-girlfriends who were on it, all of them, like pretty much it's a trial and error process.
Oh, yeah.
You take one birth control pill and it makes you feel like absolute shit, so you change and take another one. If that one
And
makes
yeah.
you feel like shit,
Yep.
you just keep moving on until you
Yep.
find one that doesn't make you
and
feel
it's
like
gonna
shit.
make you feel like shit in so many different ways. It's like gonna mess with your
So you're-
mentality. It's gonna
yeah.
mess with your skin.
You're basically picking which one you can live with.
I
Which
love how this
awful
is a group
thing.
of dudes just saying how birth control works.
I was
because I'm in
raised.
support of birth control, god damn it.
I was
Anything that gets
raised-
the rubber off. Let's go.
I was raised by women. I know everything there is to know about birth control way before I knew anything about my own anatomy. But yeah, I just think, where was I going with this whole fucking baby thing? Actually,
North.
I don't know.
North.
I don't know.
what were we talking about? Oh, if you have kids, so stop trick or treating.
Oh yeah.
Like
Don't
you
do it.
just. You have to be an adult. You have to
to
be an adult
Costco.
forever. You can find ways to have fun. Like, I'm not saying, live in a fucking shoe, but you don't get the perks of being a child just because you are one that had one.
Dude, you know
If you made it, sorry, if
No,
you
go ahead.
made an adult decision to have a kid, that means you were giving up. You can't be a child and produce a child. You're a mother. You're a
Yeah.
father.
And if you planned on having this child, you knew what you signed up for.
Yeah,
So
like-
embrace it.
You're no longer a child. You don't get child perks. There's no more nap time. You don't color in books unless you're doing it for anxiety purposes, and it's adult coloring books that say specifically adult coloring books.
This is why I'll have dogs for a really long time before I'm ever ready to have a kid.
You don't want a cat?
No.
You seem like an evil doctor type.
I seem like an evil doctor type.
With the cat, yeah. Like spinning in your chair in your office, just
I'm
hello.
offended, sir. No.
Dude, you have a fucking finger, like an index ring on. It's an evil guy.
My girlfriend
move.
gave it to me.
I know, but it's an evil guy move.
I like it.
I know, that's fine, but it's an evil guy
Dude,
move.
so I went to
I'm not saying your personality is this
I-
way.
I
I'm
went
just saying-
to-
I like the ring too. I don't understand.
I went to a trade show for construction.
Pokemon?
No, like a conference for contractors to set up like a booth and sell their shit to home builders and whatnot because I work in that industry for now.
Dun, dun, dun.
But I went to that
No,
trade
no,
show and I was like signing up for a raffle and I was wearing my ring and this guy's like, "What's with the vampire ring?" And I was like, "My girlfriend gave it to me." He's like, "Oh, so you have to wear it."
Ooh, that bitch! Give me his social security number. How dare he?
And I was like,
respect
"Okay,
Karina.
I'm about to get rid of all the contracts we have with you, sir. You just lost $300,000."
It's
Yeah.
not even what? It's not. How is someone finding that ring to be
No,
offensive?
what I should have said, because it's black, I should have said it's a mood ring. And I just just look at him like I'm pissed off.
It's a mood ring. It matches my dick.
And just stop that interaction 100%.
Yeah, I don't understand. I like the ring.
Yeah, I don't see. That's rude.
I think more dudes should wear rings. Rings are pretty fashionable.
I need
You don't
to. I
see a
need
lot
to
of
wear
people wear rings.
rings again. I like
Yeah.
wearing rings on my right hand.
I've only had that said to me once in my life. Oh, so you have to wear it. And it was also about a ring, and it was by a man who saw me with a ring on.
Was it a cock ring?
I see. I thought we were going to
Hey,
cock
let's
ring.
go.
I was like, oh my god, is he about to let us know that he's like, a cock ring has been involved at some point?
I am bisexual and old. I have definitely, there's not something you can name that I probably haven't done.
So he didn't deny it.
but I'm talking about a finger ring,
Okay.
and not that kind of.
Have you ever
finger
put butter on a Pop-Tart?
No.
It's so freaking good.
ring. Butter
Is it?
on a Pop-Tart?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Wait, are one of those a euphemism for something?
No.
Okay.
It's a
I mean,
family.
it could
it's-
be.
It's a Family Guy joke, but it actually, throwing butter on a Pop-Tart, not bad.
I watch real entertainment.
It-
Family Guy's pretty good.
I know. I'm
Honestly, I think I've said this before.
I was honestly expecting you to react more aggressively than you did.
No,
and
I'm not a huge,
and
like,
you didn't bite.
I'm not a
so.
huge like Family Guy stan person. I much prefer South Park, but Family Guy is good for just like I just want dumb cutaway humor. Like
Yeah.
I just want to laugh like at stupid shit.
Yeah. They put a new sitcom on Netflix, and their description is watch whenever you just want to laugh.
What is it?
That's a good Uptowns.
I was about to make a really.
It's a
bad joke.
sitcom about this family,
think I've heard
and
of
it's. I just saw like a commercial of it last night, and I just put it on my list to watch because it's literally just a family, and it's like kind of 90s sitcom setup ish, where it's just like in front of a studio audience, like it's just kind of. It's strange to be a new show, but be set up very much like a
Like
90s
an old show?
Yeah. And it has
I think-
just Wanda Sykes is in it, and anything with Wanda Sykes, I'm like, this is probably going to be funny because I
See,
really
anything
like her.
with Wanda Sykes. I'm like, I'm probably not gonna watch it.
Yeah,
You guys don't like
I'm
Wanda
not a
Sykes?
fan of Wanda.
I
Sykes.
watched. So
I don't think she's funny.
I've watched her stand up, and I'm like, I understand why some people find you funny.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just. It just doesn't click with me. It's not my type of humor.
To me, she reminds me of like just my aunt, like an aunt.
She has a lot of aunt energy, like
And
like
I-
Yeah,
aunt
she
who
does.
drinks at
that
Christmas.
Yeah.
that
for sure.
comfort that I feel when she is speaking
Mm.
is just I can't get enough of it. I watch Monster in Law, not for Jennifer Lopez, not for
I don't mind her in movies too much.
yeah. So well, because she's
It depends.
she's in this sitcom and she's like the sister of the family,
Mhm.
so she's not she's there to do her thing.
Why is all this talk making me want to watch Reba?
Because Reba's,
Because Reba's
the
also
bomb,
set up
dude.
that way.
Dude, you guys watch Reba?
I grew up
Yeah.
watching Reba.
Fuck yeah, bro! When are we watching Reba?
Whoa!
We have saved.
You guys
we
are
were all
not gonna.
fist bumping over Reba. We just knocked everything
know.
over.
You guys are
Fucking
never
shit.
gonna believe this. Reba just walked in the door.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I love Reba. That whole show was hilarious. I started watching Shameless when it first came out, and it
Oh,
was
because
very difficult to see
Is it Van, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
to see Van in a not Van role.
Yeah.
I love Van.
It's such a
Dude,
good
that's
show.
fucking nuts. Like I remember all of my Reba like exposure was
Mm-hmm.
from my grandma because I would go over to her house after school a lot, and so I just sit there and watch Reba because she just had it on like ABC Family and they just ran like
Yep.
4 episodes at a time.
Yeah.
So-
So for me, it was Reba and That 70s Show.
Dude,
like
I used to watch that 70 show
that
all
was
the
the
fucking
stuff
time.
that was just always on.
That's Adam's
And
favorite
always
show.
watched
I used to watch it every night. I'd run into my room at like 7:30. This is in high school. I'd run into my room like 7:30 and watch the 2 episodes of That 70 Show they do in like Teen Nick or something
Yep.
like that.
Yeah.
What was I going to tell you guys about this movie?
Reba, Van.
Thank you so much. So I've only watched Reba as a child, and for me it was Reba, The Nanny, and The Golden Girls. Just so you know.
Okay,
Nanny?
very similar. The Nanny with Fran Drescher, right?
I'm old.
I don't know that one.
Fuck off.
I used to watch Nanny too with my grandma. That and Frasier.
Okay,
That
see.
was one of her big
He's an
ones.
educated man.
Frasier.
I could never get into Frasier. I tried.
I never knew what the
twice.
fuck they were talking about. I literally watch it and my kid brain was just like business people doing business things. Like
Yeah,
and they're
I know.
psychologists.
What?
Like what the
What? What'd you say?
I said that sounds hot.
Oh. Anyway, continue. So I have
Is this
only
where
ever
we talk
watched.
about pegging? I'm confused.
No.
Here we go.
Why are you so against it?
Tommy, we don't have to talk about pegging on every episode.
Yes, we do.
Anyways, Reba.
So she is
A thinger.
someone who I love very much. I love all her music. I love her to death. I haven't watched that show as an adult because I'm afraid I'm gonna find it in poor taste because she is a Southern white woman.
No, it holds up. That show
Okay.
tackled a lot of real. Like, yeah, I remember in that show, like Van is like gets her daughter pregnant out of wedlock
Oh yeah,
and shit like that. So like that show, and they're a broken family that's like working together. Like that show tackled a lot of like, I guess
Oh, yeah.
more standard like conservative family issues,
Yeah, 'cause
but it still tackled them.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. And she like divorced and was like remarrying, and
Yeah,
both dudes were in the picture, which is really cool.
yeah,
to
they were
see.
co-parenting and
Yeah.
shit. Like that show did a lot.
Yeah.
And I guess because the stepmom was very much
Yeah.
involved.
It
like,
holds up. I'll let you know that. I've watched an episode here or there over the past couple years. It holds up.
I used to fucking hate Barbara Jean.
Dude, Barbara Jean used to drive me up the fucking wall.
She's
In
annoying.
the first few seasons, I was like, why is Reba being nice? Like, these people are trying to convince her to be nice. No, fuck that bitch up
Wait, and Barbara Jean got with her husband, right?
during the time that she
Yeah.
was working with Reba.
Yeah.
There's nothing good
For
about
Reba,
Barbara
working
Jean.
for Reba.
Yeah.
And I was like, I hate this woman. Like, why is Reba? Reba is an angel. How dare she be so nice? Like, be mean. Like, be meaner
I mean,
than
she
you
deserves
already
to,
are.
You know? She's a single mom who works 2 jobs, who loves her kids.
Are you doing
And
the
never
song?
stops.
Never
I was
stops.
doing the song. Dude, my buddy showed me she released like a compilation album or like just like a greatest hits thing, and they like made her do these EDM remixes of some of her songs.
No.
They're so bad, and they do that one that I think it's called "I'm a Survivor."
Yeah.
They do
Yep.
that song.
That's the theme song, isn't it?
I'm
Yeah.
a survivor.
Did you know that they changed the song for the show? And I got into an argument over this with Karina because I was like, "No,
Oh,
it's like
God.
it's like
does Karina know Reba too?
yeah, she does."
Oh my God.
I don't know if she knows the show, but she knows the song because
Yeah.
she was singing it and she was singing it. And she said, "I'm a single mom who works too hard,"
Yeah.
and I'm like, "No,
It's
it's
2 jobs.
it's 2 jobs." And we researched it, and there's 2 versions of the song. There's the release version that Reba did, where it says, "I'm a single mom who works too hard,"
Yeah.
and then they redid it for the show, where it says, "I'm a single mom who works 2 jobs."
Yeah. That's
So we fought over this for like 30 minutes, and then they were like, "Oh, we're both right."
that's not that uncommon
Interesting.
for like whenever like a TV show
It's like
has
the
a
only
song.
line they changed in the song, though. Like they could have just used the original.
That is,
But
kinda
she
odd.
doesn't work 2 jobs in the show.
I don't know. Maybe I'm
No,
saying
she
it the
does
other way
work.
around.
I think you're saying it the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's probably
She
because I
works-
don't think
yeah.
she works 2 jobs in the show because
Yeah.
she got a pretty nice house.
Yeah, she
have
does.
a nice house. Yeah.
But that's the thing is because I was like, it says 2 jobs, and she doesn't work 2 jobs in the entire show. She never works 2 jobs. But yeah, I remember that being like a thing that happened.
Reba is like a Southern Who.
The Southern Who?
Yes.
Yeah, like the Grinch.
A who?
Okay, back to the Grinch. That's why I didn't fucking watch that movie. I watched it once, and the Who's
Because of the child.
Whoville,
No,
their stupid nose.
Yeah,
I don't want to look at it.
So-
And then I went to Universal Studios with my family like a couple years ago.
they took you on the back lot.
And
Did you hit someone?
We were there before Christmas, so like the Grinch and the Dr. Seuss stuff was all set up,
Yeah.
and like a character actor came up to us in Whoville makeup, and I was like, "Get the fuck away from me!" Like my mom and my sister were losing their minds. They're like, "Oh my god, it's the Who! Can we take a picture?" And they were like talking and chatting him up, and the dude was all in character. I'm like, "Don't look at me!" Like I hated it.
Jesus.
I hated
Christ,
it
Tanner.
so much. That nose is
Get the fuck
terrifying.
away from me.
And like I have an issue with like mascots and character actors, but this is like it's not a mascot. He's not totally covered. It's just his nose is fucked.
This
I could not look him in
explains-
the eye.
This explains so much why you did not watch a lot of cartoons and like child things that you and I don't bond over, because Tommy and I watched a lot of the same things growing up, but you did not like a lot of the character things. And it's because I think you're very uncomfortable with
I
character
don't know what that
things.
has to do with cartoons, but it's just like anytime there's a person in a costume or an outfit and they're like pretending to be someone else, I don't know who you are underneath that. And that freaks me out.
It pops you into the uncanny valley for a little bit
I don't like it.
because your mind's so logistical. It's like that's not a human, but it is a human.
No,
Like,
I came across like a Instagram post the other day where this chick is like 40 years old and she's crying in front of Mickey Mouse at Disneyland because like, oh my god, it's Mickey, it's like my dream. And she's like, I haven't been here since last year because of COVID, and she's crying because of it. I was like, bitch, you haven't been here in 2 years and you're crying because you see some man who's wearing a Mickey Mouse costume pretend to wave at you?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
It's
to me.
called
You don't know who that is.
imagination.
You don't know who
no,
that
but
is.
the people who get caught up in the characters freak me out.
It's weird.
Like because I don't.
It's so weird.
Like when I go to Disneyland, because I love Disneyland, and like when I was there, you get emotional because it's a place you enjoy being at and stuff
I
like
want
that.
to ride the teacups. I want to do the
Well, yeah, no,
roller
we
coasters,
immediately like ran the
but
ride. And
Fucking
did all
the
that.
second Pluto comes up to me, I'm like, stay
no,
away.
here's the most I interact with the characters right here. I'll see Pluto. Pluto's the only one because I fucking love Pluto as a kid. So he's like always my favorite. If I see him, I'll go, hey, Pluto, and wave at him. He'll usually wave back, and that's it. That's it.
See, what happens
Yeah,
to me
because you're an adult.
is
Exactly.
Stitch comes up to me and he like tries to bite my head or something. And I'm like, there's a man in this costume who's hard right now because he's pretending to be Stitch and devour me.
Okay, hang on.
God,
Take some solace. Most of those people, if they're not the super tall actors, are women. Most of Mickey
That does
and
make
Mickey,
it better,
Minnie and Mickey are mostly women and stuff like that.
Yeah,
They're all pretty much women.
That does make it better.
Goofy is usually a guy.
What I wouldn't give to have Stitch devour me.
Oh,
I wouldn't give a lot of things. Honestly, I wouldn't give anything.
dude, this story will make
Have
you
you
happy.
seen
then.
his tongue?
Yeah.
Oi,
Ugh.
this story will make you happy then because
I don't need to
there's-
be licked that much.
there's
I
a
would.
game on Xbox.
Bathe me.
There's a game on Xbox called
Christ.
Disneyland Adventures. And
Oh no, I know. I've played it.
yeah, and Stitch is a character in Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
And when I played it one time, I like walked up to him and like he gave me a mission and he was like, I'm so hungry. Bring me cheeseburgers. Because they chose a horrible voice actor for him. And he's like, bring me cheeseburgers. Bring me cheeseburgers. And I was like, okay, like, all right, whatever. I'll fucking get your goddamn cheeseburgers later. And I started like running around the area. Every time I passed by him, he was like, please, I'm so hungry. And I was like, oh my God, I need to feed this fat fuck. Like he's like screaming at me. Like,
Funny.
Oh my goodness. That's a good way to end. Thank you guys all so much for listening to us. I guess just talk about how adulting works for the new modern adult.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about
you smoke weed and get drunk, bro.
the armed forces and the escapades of Halloween. I hope you enjoyed our last Halloween episode where we hunted for Bigfoot. That was a good time.
Yeah, that was really fun. I hope everyone really enjoyed it because I had a lot of fun making it.
Yeah, that's probably the most fun I've had making an episode.
Mm-hmm. That was a good trip.
Yeah.
We should do it more often.
We'll do
Maybe
it again.
We'll do,
Yeah,
we'll do
we've-
Christmas.
100% we should do it again.
Should.
We'll put a little more research into it, find a better spot.
Dude, I got a good spot, I'm telling you, man.
You found one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, that Pine Creek Trail.
We're going to find the Mogion monster, man.
Mhm.
We're going to.
It's right up against the Mongolian Rim.
Mogion.
Mongolian.
God damn it, dude.
Mongolian?
He won't show himself to us if you're
Oh,
making
Mongolian
fun of his
Rim.
name.
Mongolian monster, come here to me.
Use the hashtag Mongolian monster. What did you say? What did you say?
What
Mogion.
if we meet the
Mogion
Mogion monster and he's like, it's Mogolon.
Then I'll be like, sorry for mispronouncing it this whole time, and I'll shake his hand.
And then you'll like,
We'll be friends.
you'll crimp away because
What
all
if
the
his
shit in your
hand-
pants.
Well, he's gonna know me because he watched me grew up on the rim. You know,
He watched you grew up.
He watched me grow up on the rim for 18 years before I moved here.
There's a joke.
So we're friends.
No, I'm like, so many jokes.
Yeah,
So little
there's
time.
He's gonna kill you too
why me?
because he
I'm
doesn't
one
know-
of his own.
He doesn't know you guys. Then he's gonna be like, "Oh, I remember you. You know, you were hanging out in the woods as a kid." I was like, "Yeah, I'm still here. You know, we're
Dude,
friends, right?"
There's
gonna
only
love
10 of
me.
you in that city.
He's gonna love me. You know why?
Why?
Because I've got an opening joke for him that's gonna blow his fucking
is it?
mind. I'm gonna walk up. I'm like, oh my god, it's the Mongoloid monster. And then I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna point down and go, what are those? And point to his feet.
Yeah, and then he's gonna rip your head off.
No, dude, I'll give him.
Remember
some,
when
I'll
I
give him
used
beef
to-
jerky.
I think
okay.
he's going to try to make
Anyway,
it.
before we wrap this up, remember when we were talking about Sasquatch and Bigfoot, and I kept saying Sam Squanch, and you were like, "No, don't fucking
disrespect
his
Sam-
name." Yeah,
Sam Squanch.
What
yeah.
are you doing right now?
People change.
Oh, here we and so thank you all for listening.
Yes,
so
thank you for
much.
listening.
Please go follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Dude Loft MTN.
I'm one of his own. I get to say whatever I want.
Shut up.
If-
We're all on Good Pods.
We're all on Good Pods.
Go follow us. Leave
Go
a
follow us.
rating,
Yeah.
a review.
Go look at what my profile picture is on Good Pods. I love it.
Is it the cat?
No, don't say what it is. We want
Oh, I
peop-
need to make
We
mine.
want people to go to my Good Pods.
That's true.
Yeah.
Where my
So download
OnlyFans
Good
link
Pods.
is.
It's if you love podcasts and you listen to them often, add us to your list, and also go to Good Pods because it's wonderful. You can interact with all your favorite podcasts.
And tweet at us what your favorite branch of the armed forces is.
Yeah.
Because I have been tweeting by myself on Twitter for so long. I need some interaction.
Yeah.
Send me some love.
I interact with you all the time.
Yeah, and I hate it.
Okay, I will stop there.
Anyone else?
Anyone else?
No, but on Twitter, there's this other dude who's kind of been like following the podcast for a little bit, and he's trying to do his own like gaming podcast. And the other day, he was like, he tweeted, not the other day, this was today. He tweeted, "How do you get the motivation to go to the gym?" And I was like, I just watched that video of Arnold saying he's coming all the time to the gym, and he didn't respond. And I was like, oh no, did I take it too far?
Oh no. I'm just coming. I'm coming everywhere.
He's just watching the whole thing, and then he'll respond.
This is great for me.
Jesus.
Go watch Pumping Iron. It's one of the most fascinating films.
It's a great
I've ever
documentary.
seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure we might actually get some interactions for the armed forces correcting me.
Yeah, no.
If the Marines can figure out how to fucking type.
Tell me which one's the worst. Oh, damn.
We're going to die. None of it.
Do they have internet?
Killing me is only...
while they're in bases and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. We're fucked.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but can you get off base, or do your daddies got orders for yous?
What?
You know what I'm saying? I'm just shit talking. I'm shit talking people. I shouldn't be shit talking.
Yeah.
I'm writing checks my ass can't cash,
Anyways,
brother.
you got our Instagram, you got our Twitter. Hit us up on Good Pod. Subscribe to wherever you are.
If you are a Marine, you can listen through the episodes, all of the episodes. In there's directions to Tommy's room specifically.
Yes.
And
I have a 44 Magnum.
let's
And I'm
I'll hide the
excited.
bullets.
I'm
It's okay.
excited to use it. I got bullets upstairs. It's all good.
and don't forget to give your thanks, and all hail the two pillars of Christmas, Mariah Carey and Michael
Happy
Bublé.
Christmas.
Happy Chrysler.
Happy Christmas.